Blacksburg, you come at the king, you best not miss. Virginia Tech found out what Auburn and Louisville already did earlier this season. If you're going to knock defending national champion Clemson off of its perch, you'd better bring your best effort. The number 12 Hokies didn't, with a net quittery 4 primetime performance in a 31-17 loss to number 2 Clemson in front of a sellout crowd of 65,632 at Lane Stadium on Saturday night. The Tigers' 50 were too big, too fast, too talented and got way too much help from the Hokies' 41 in beating their third opponent ranked in the top 14 this year, making a strong case to ascend back to the position they held at the end of last season as the number 1 team in the land. Those guys are maybe the best team in the country, Hokies receiver Cam Phillips said. You want offense? Clemson headed. Quarterback Kelly Bryant threw for 186 yards and ran for 94 more, with running backs Tavian Feaster and C.J. Fuller combining for 3 touchdowns. You want offense? The Tigers swarmed to the ball most of the night, disrupting the Hokies' backfield with a fearsome pass rush and even scoring on a pick-6 by Dorian O'Daniel in the fourth quarter. The Hokies finished with 342 yards, their third lowest output of the Justin Fuente era, and turned the ball over 3 times. I just don't see a weakness, Fuente said. Quarterback Josh Jackson, who had looked so composed in Tech's first 4 games, struggled under intense pressure all night, going 29 for 44 for 251 yards with 2 interceptions, the second an unbelievable play by Clemson defensive end Austin Bryant, who tipped a pass at the line to himself with one hand and reeled it in. A late TD pass to Sean Savoy didn't do much more than make the score look closer than it was. It was Clemson's 13th win in its last 14 games against ranked teams. The Tigers are now 201 in their last 21 ACC games, have won 12 straight conference road games, and have won 36 of their last 38 overall games dating back to 2014. Virginia Tech, meanwhile, fell to 131 all-time against teams ranked in the Associated Press top 5 and to 0-8 against defending national champions. All 8 of those games have been decided by double digits. Clemson got the jump on Virginia Tech, taking a 100 lead on its first 2 possessions. Kelly Bryant made a pair of big third-down completions on the Tigers' opening drive to Ray McLeod and Hunter Renfrow to set up a 23-yard field goal by Alex Spence. The Tigers made it 100 on their next drive when Feaster slipped out of the backfield undetected by linebacker Tremaine Edmonds, caught a short pass, and went 60 yards for a touchdown. A 43-yard field goal by Joey Sly got the Hokies on the board with just over 3 minutes left in the first half, but the moment was short-lived. The Tigers went down the field 75 yards in 6th place, with Bryant hooking up with Dean Cain for gains of 35 and 20 yards. Cain was ruled down inches shy of the goal line after the second catch, although Fuller powered his way in on the next play for a 1-yard touchdown that gave Clemson a 173 lead heading into halftime. The Tigers made it 243 midway through the third quarter. Bryant showed off his running skills, carrying it 6 times for 42 yards on the drive before Feaster scored on a 1-yard run on 4th and. Tech's third quarter was full of misfortune, much of it self-inflicted. Running back Traven McMillian lost a fumble near midfield that Clemson recovered to kill the Hokies' first possession of the second half. Savoy was knocked backward 5 yards on an ill-fated screen pass on FOURTHA and D3 from the Clemson 47. The Hokies' next drive stalled at the Tigers' 20 when Tech called for a fake field goal on FOURTHA and D12. Holder Oscar Bradburn's pass to Dalton Keene was complete, but Keene was smothered by the Clemson defense after a 1-yard gain for a turnover on downs. The Hokies managed to find a little bit of life early in the fourth quarter when Greg Stroman returned a punt 43 yards before being dragged down at the 2. Savoy took a jet sweep in for a touchdown on the next play to cut the lead to 24-10 with 14 minutes left. Virginia Tech got the ball back after Edmonds stuck Bryant into the ground on a third-down run, but that's when disaster struck. Jackson had a slightly high throw out wide on a screen to Henry Murphy, who bobbled it right into O'Daniel's hands for an interception he took back 22 yards for a touchdown.